NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns. Cade York set to do the honors here, and we are underway from Cleveland. Kenny Nwagu now out of his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right in a yard. On second down, it's Cook again. Room here to run. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Vikings. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. The return from his end zone is Grant. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And a promising start as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Down at the 25. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Watson. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Watson. Got a man at Schwartz, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. And he's got it. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Browns respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Cousins gives way to Cook. 7-7, our score after 1. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. From the gun, here's Cousins. Being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne.
And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Touchdown, Vikings.
And there's a situation where as a tight end, once he gets that end zone in his sights, he's not going to back down from anyone. He doesn't worry about running to daylight. He doesn't mind running through contact. That's totally fine by him.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. picked off by Lewisine. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Once more, it's the fullback Ham. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To throw is Cousins. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because
looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. Touchdown, Vikings! Irv Smith Jr., 43 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Kevin O'Connell choosing to lead his guys out there, and they'll go for 2. Cousins will try and throw. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Bell brings it in across the formation. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16. Swings this out for Hunt. Touchdown, Browns! Kareem Hunt, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
On 2nd and 10, Cousins. That one complete down the field to Smith. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Cousins now. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings would extend their lead here just before halftime. They'll try and throw for it. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line.
2nd and 2. Watson. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A final shot before the break. Watson. That's complete to Bell over the middle. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Joseph now to kick this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Cleveland offense ready to go. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Now a first down throw. Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Bell. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. They go with Chubb on second down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Watson on first down. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. That one is caught by Hunt. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 1st and goal. They got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here. As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. A first down throw for Cousins. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. Fights through, and now a crease. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 22 yards there, a first down. From the red zone now, Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On second down, Cook. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 85 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. And they've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run with Cook, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in out to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Cook, they'll try and run it. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Joseph now to kick this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. The Browns on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Faking the give. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Throw complete to Bell. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a fourth quarter pick six here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick six, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a three-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Watson off play action. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
Throwing again is Watson. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. But
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 15. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. After the interception, here's Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. On 1st and 10, Watson. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And my goodness, another interception. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick six.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level. On
1st down, Watson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On first down, it's Watson. And this is caught at the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Swings this out for Hunt. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt from 4 yards out. And the Browns get a bit closer. Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here. Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings hands team able to recover. And that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown. KJ Osborne. 43 yards. And the Vikings have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Joseph on for the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now.
Makes the score Vikings 56, Browns 33. Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. The return from his end zone is Grant. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.